What's up, Aries? Welcome to your reading for the week of the 14th through the 20th of February. I hope you have had a great week so far, and I'm ready to dive into this reading. I've been kind of anxious to get this week over with for some reason, because I feel like there's a lot happening energetically speaking, and it's just, for me, being a Cancer, I'm very sensitive to the energies, so it's causing a lot of anxiety, basically. A little bit different this week, different cards, different oracle cards I'm going to use at the end, and I'll go over that when I get there. I'm not going to talk too much in the beginning, but hopefully you enjoy this reading. And let me go ahead, pull out this card. Overall energy. So I'm still going with the same spread I did last week. I don't know if I felt drawn to do that. That was weird. Went ahead and did that. All right. So, Aries, the overall message, or the overall, not message, but the overall essence for this week is the King of Pentacles. I'm going to try and move this where you can see it. The King of Pentacles is generally someone who has wealth, has abundance, is a learned person. So if you're putting it into the context of the energy of the overall week, it's more about coming into alignment with that part of yourself that's going to attract all that, right? So it's more of like coming into some sort of abundance type of energy, basically. So you might start reading things, you might start learning new concepts, you might start putting things into action in order to attract that abundance. When I said you might be reading things, I'm very much drawn to the bookcase in the back here, because the King of Pentacles, it can represent someone who is learned and wise, basically, and kind of knows what he's doing. He's very structured and very much stable in his approach. So it's about just keeping that momentum going, right? Keeping the momentum of the manifestations, the actions that you're putting in to attract the abundance that you want. You know, being the leader, essentially, in order to attract that kind of thing. So that's the overall essence. And you may feel that way, I guess, as the week comes in to view and goes along and whatnot. So in the recent past, that's still probably affecting your current right now, we have the Four of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So I'm getting the feeling that with these two cards together, the Four of Cups represents someone who is kind of bored, kind of like not looking at what they have, and not really in a depressive state, but just like, you know, they have stuff, they have cups that are filled, but they're just kind of bored with their life. And it seems like you're trying to attract something here, or bring stuff to you, or create some sort of community of some sort, that it may not be happening at the exact rate that you want, because the Four of Cups represents time, or at least it can. It represents that you're just moving through a very chill period, and you know, she's kind of looking off into the distance. She's just like, I'm not paying attention to where I'm at right now. And the Queen of Wands is like, she's very bold, you know, she's very much attractive and wanting to create that community type of, relationship with a lot of people. So I'm getting the feeling that, you know, this person over here is wanting to do stuff, wanting to attract that, but it's like you're kind of too focused on what you don't have at the moment, or it's not really going as fast as you'd like. And then I'm still going to do clarifier, so we'll see if that makes more sense as the clarification comes out. But current energy roll, we have the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Wands. So definitely you're thinking about wanting, like, so the Queen of Swords, let me just backtrack a little bit, because there's a lot of stuff coming out of my mind right now. Queen of Swords is someone who is taking back, looking at the, like, pulling himself back, looking at the higher perspective of things, and kind of thinking things through. She's trying to figure out the best course of action in order to pursue or move on from something, basically. She's all about clarity in the mind. And it looks like you're trying to move on from something that was pretty burdensome. The Ten of Wands is like someone who is generally having a lot to do, and they've been going on this journey for a while now. It's like a lot of stuff has accumulated. And it's like you are nearing the end of a cycle here. You got a lot of royal cards coming out. It's pretty funny. So you could have different characters playing out in your life as well. But Yeah, but I definitely feel like this is you. This is not someone in your life. It's like you're trying to gain clarity on a situation that you're trying to get out of or wanting to move forward from because it's becoming a burden for you and you're ready to just let it go. And we'll see if that clarification comes out better. Queen of Cups and the King of Swords. Yeah, see, this is crazy. You have 3 queens and 2 kings. Like that's just kind of weird to me. All right. All right, so anyway, Queen of Cups is someone who is very intuitive, very much trying to get in the flow of their life. She's very much into her emotions, and so she's trying to become more stable in that. But you also have this side where it's like, I feel like this King of Swords may actually be someone in your life. So I'm going to pull some relationship cards here at the very end to get a little bit more clarification. But I kind of feel like the Queen of Cups is like representing you, whether it's you as a female or you as a male, it doesn't really matter. But Aries generally are pretty emotional people anyway. I know we all are, but Aries is a little more fiery in that nature. She's kind of in a meditative position. She's very much spiritual in her own sense and very almost grounded in her emotions. But this King of Swords is coming in and kind of looking at her, right? So he's this person's very intelligent. King of Swords represents someone who could be of law enforcement or just law in general. Very analytical person. Maybe even sort of like a businessman too. But anyway, the whole point is there is some sort of figure coming in that is trying to look at you. He's got his eye on you basically, and this is this person's very calm, very stable, and possibly wanting to go for it because the Queen of Cups can represent emotion. So there may be some sort of emotional connection to this person that's trying to come in for you. So if this character is starting to play out in your life and they may start manifesting themselves or coming towards you. By the way, again, this does not have to be a female. You do not have to be a female in order to resonate with this. It's just she's very intuitive. She's very much in flow with her emotions. And she is feeling that very deeply. And it seems like this guy is coming in or this female is coming in and looking at this person. But the key here is kind of noticing the personality. The King of Swords can also represent someone who is very much in tune with not only their analytical side, but also the nature side as well, right? I'm looking at the mountains and the animals in the foreground and the background here. So if there's someone coming in, just know that this is being guided towards you. Because you have the Star here in the future spot, the Star and the 4 of Pentacles. All right, so what's coming? The feeling that I get is the Star card represents divine guidance. All right, so it's hope and faith. You are moving in the right direction, and it's you are praying, you are hoping and wishing that things get better, because it looks like with the 4 of Pentacles, it may seem as though you may be trying to hold on to certain aspects of your material aspects or finances or whatever, and it's you're hoping and wishing and praying for more basically. And it looks like that's what's going to happen because the King of Pentacles energy is the essence of the overall week. So it's about moving in that direction. So if you get any insights into potential opportunities that come in or ideas that you want to try to move forward on, go for it. Totally do it, because this is going to help you be divinely guided. Not everyone looks at it this way, but because there's this glow around her heart and there's this string that's attached to this light up here, I represent this as spirit or universal consciousness, and the heart represents a lot of the times the heart represents intuition. So it's almost if you feel intuitively guided, that feels very hopeful and inspirational towards this idea or this something that you're wanting to bring down, go for it, especially if it's in regards towards money. So let's go ahead and pull these cards. Oh yeah, okay, that's awesome. That says it right there. Another King of Swords. Dude, you guys need to back off the royal cards here. So a lot of personalities playing out. So if you because I'm drawing a bunch of royal cards, I feel like I have to say this. If you are having a lot of people or personalities, a lot of connections happening in your life right now, moving on into the week, there's a lot of dynamics playing out here that are sort of grabbing your attention and trying to help you grow into a better person, bring you more love, teach you lessons, and kind of move out of the energy that you're currently in and moving into something else. That's what relationships help us do. You know, growing internally, all relationships are mirrors to ourselves. So if you're having a relationship that's particularly hard, then obviously that's to help you grow because you're trying to learn your limitations, right? The limitations are the key here. Your own limitations are going to be different from somebody else's. So anyway, so in the recent past, we have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords represents a new idea, some sort of victory. So it looks like you're very, like in the past, it's like this, like you were very focused on this idea of wanting to attract and create some sort of like community. I'm definitely getting community for some reason. But it's like this Four of Cups is coming in. It's like you may have been presented with an opportunity, or you may have been presented with an idea that you weren't really fully paying attention to because you're too focused on what you want and not what you currently have to work with, basically. And I'm definitely getting that. But there was an idea that came in here, and it resulted in this. So the current energy, we have the King of Swords over the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Yeah, so you're definitely going to be making a decision here that's going to be ultimately beneficial towards you in your life. And, you know, you may even be like, this could even, like, in some ways I feel like a lot of this is relationship, but also just trying to move, like, gain clarity of a situation so that you can make that decision to move forward. Because it's over the Ten of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So it's like, bring back, gaining more of a higher perspective, and then the King of Swords is like making that decision. And like, he has the clarity, he has the means, he has the analytical process and the logic to make that decision and just go for it. Because a sword just cuts through everything, right? It just does it. Doesn't really care what it hits. that can be kind of a drawback because you want to make sure you're not trying to hurt nobody. But if it's in your best interest and you're not trying to hurt somebody else, I would say go for it. Just do what's best for yourself in your life and your relationships as well. Yeah, okay, so the Two of Wands here with the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords. So there's definitely something that is a decision that has to be made here. So if it's in regard to this relationship or this person coming in, whether it's you're trying to back off of it or you're trying to go for it, because in some ways I am kind of drawn to her. I know I said that, you know, because I'm being a little ambiguous here. If it's something that you're emotionally connected to, that you're trying, like that you are wanting to bring forward, this Two of Wands is saying, yes, make that choice. Go for it. Go on to something that's going to be passionate and bring passion for you. However, another message that I'm getting for another group of people is she's kind of stating here, and to me, it doesn't always represent this, but to me, I'm looking at it, and she's got her hands like with her mind up, and she's just like looking off into her mind. It's like, I don't know if I want this, basically. And she's like, I'm going to stand in my own emotion. I'm going with my heart here, and I'm going to go ahead and move on with that choice, right? And go away from this. Because it seems like, you know, if this King of Swords doesn't represent someone in your life, it can just represent another aspect of the Queen of Swords sitting up high in the sky, getting that higher perspective, gaining clarity. There's clear skies in the background, and just making that decision that's connected to your heart, because it's definitely a decision to be made. Any two that you draw is a decision, a choice, or some sort of movement in a direction that's more favorable for you. So go with your passionate heart there. And why I laughed is the Ace of Pentacles came out over the Star card and the Four of Pentacles. I was literally saying if an opportunity came in that was related to material or financial aspects, go for it. So it looks like a wish that you have been making in regards to material aspects is going to come in for you. And that's about as vague as I can get, but it's very much pertaining to what I said earlier. It's pretty funny I drew this card because that's what I was picking up on. So yeah, so look out for this new opportunity coming in, because it's definitely a wish being fulfilled here. It's pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to draw two of these. I'm drawing two abundance cards 2 relationship cards, or cards of the heart, and 1 spirit message card. All right, so the first 2 are the abundance cards. I have organize for success and ask for your needs to be met. So reading off what the card says, do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and work space, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. So basically, getting organized in your mind, and therefore getting organized in your immediate environment, is going to help you eliminate unneeded space or unneeded clutter within your mind and without your mind in your immediate environment. That's going to help clear up space in your mind to have those thoughts of success to move forward. That's what I'm getting for this. Clarity of purpose is the key here. If you are cluttered in your mind, and therefore your external environment is going to reflect that, you are not going to have clarity of what to move forward on next. So, and that's pretty funny I got this card coming out, because a lot of kings and queens of swords and mental aspects are showing up here. So definitely there's some sort of confusion or muddled mental processes that are going on here that you're going to have to get out of, essentially. Like, if you have to meditate or clear out your space, because clearing out your space just in your home alone is going to help clear up your mind. I promise you. I do it all the time. All right, so ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped, and it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. So if you've been kind of apprehensive in asking someone for help, I can be very bad about this because I'm very prideful. If I kind of have a situation in my life that I'm kind of not doing too well, because I have gone through phases of that, I don't really reach out for help unless I absolutely need to. But if there's something, and if there's something that you need help with, and you know there might be someone that actually can help you or will help you, ask them for help. Whether it's physical needs, material needs, financial needs, emotional needs. This is generally dealing with abundance, so I'm assuming it's going to be pertaining to finances and manifesting material aspects. So ask for help, pray for help even, because this is a very much an angelic card. All right, so that was the abundance here. And the abundance cards are more to help you understand how to manifest more abundant. It's not really some of them may say you're going to come into an opportunity, and you very clearly are with that Ace of Pentacles coming out. But it's to help you understand what you can do to help manifest more abundance in your life. More clarity, more freedom, more finances, whatever. So the 2 relationships cards here I have is the success and growth and the refusing to see. So we have basically the 8 of Wands and the 2 of Swords here. So let me go over this one really quick since it's fast. 8 of Wands, or the success and growth, is like relationship. In regards to relationship, what this is telling me is that something is going to prosper. All right, you're cultivating a new relationship or a current one that is going to grow and become very, very successful for you individually. There's a lot of love coming in here for you, putting in the work, and a lot of fast movement with the relationship as well. So success and growth is telling me that the growth period, it could be a little bit challenging, but it's helping you and this other person or other people grow in relation to that, basically. So just know that for relationships, there's definitely some fast movement going on, some fast growth. But another aspect here is refusing. The key word here is refusing to see. So because this is the equivalent to the 2 of Swords, what this is telling me is that in a current relationship that you're having, whether it's intimate, familial, or the like, any kind of relationship that you're currently connected with, there might be something that you're missing here. You're refusing to see some sort of message or silver lining, or maybe even the motives of someone else that is preventing you from wanting to move forward, basically. Because the 2s are all about making a choice. So if you're refusing to see the negative side of someone, then obviously that's what's going to prevent you from moving forward. So, if you're refusing to even see your own heart within the matter. All right, definitely a relationship reading as much as it is a financial. So this is pretty cool. So the spirit message for the day is love. Love is the foundation of your existence, and you are just as worthy of receiving as you are of giving love and compassion. While love can be a beautiful emotion, it is equally a form of energy that propels you through life. That's what this is right here. So basically what this is saying is like, you know, if you have been going through something a little bit off-putting or offsetting when it comes to love or relationships, just know that, you know, even though in the midst of that darkness, you may start feeling, you may feel less of yourself. You're not worthy of receiving that love, but Spirit's basically just saying, like, yes, you are very much worthy of every kind of abundance that you want, basically. You just have to know your worth. Love yourself enough to know when it's time to move on or when it's time to attract something better for yourself, basically. All right, so that concludes this reading. Definitely a little bit more information coming out, so this video may be a little bit longer. But Aries, really hope you enjoyed this reading. And if you did enjoy it, please like, share, and or subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am trying to expand as much as possible. And I guess I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.